the growth process in an individual
Yes.
cannot be done by either the individual or the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something you can do. It's something that develops or goes on naturally when the energy level increases.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm finally beginning to understand. So the therapy is to help the person know first how to increase his energy by deeper breathing and how to allow that energy to flow through the body so that the expression of feeling is natural. So when you ask a patient to give in to their despair, because nothing will happen that's bad, even though he's frightened or she's frightened, it's because you have given in to your despair and you found out, okay.
So it's not so terrible to go.
It was the despair that I experienced as a child. I'm not a child now, so you go through it. It's tricky because, you know, to be present, you have to define what it means to be present. It means to be present as a person who has fully lived and gone through his own problems. You only fail because you don't understand and accept.
Yes.
That's why you fail. Because once you can understand and accept, then life is open. It's not failure, not a success. Free. See, failure and success are words that apply to the ego.
Yes, that's
not
true.
to the body. The body doesn't know about failure. The body only knows about pleasure or pain. That's all. So failure means nothing to the body. In fact, for the body, if a man is working very hard to succeed and the body is in stress, the body's glad when he fails because then he stops struggling.
No, I think it was
It's
very,
simple.
yeah, it was very interesting for those points.
I'll give you a better example. I come here and I know how many problems there are in bioenergetic analysis.
Yes, that was another question that I wanted to ask you.
I cannot change them. It's out of my control. I have to take care about Lowen, to be relaxed, to give off some good feelings, and that's all I can do. I cannot make the Institute run correctly. It's all wobbly.
Yeah, to ask is about the, if you can say something more about the fear of life.
Oh, see, it's always at the base of all the problems is the fear of death and the fear of insanity in all people. More, less, but it's always there because of this culture. Now, the fear of death is from childhood, fear of insanity. See? So the feeling is, if I am not a good child, then they will reject me and I will die, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
So you cannot allow yourself to live free, because that risks the death. So in a sense, the fear of death becomes the fear of life. And then the fear of life becomes again the fear of death, and it's in a circle. That's right. One fear. One fear is the fear to feel alive. Death is not a feeling.
But in a sense, anytime that you go too much for travel, you go for a death direction.
Well, of course you know why, because you stopped the life.
Yeah, that's because while you were talking about the state of the society, the struggle for power, and I was realized that you have a very young way to look at things. That is, usually people when are much more young.